This is an absolute blast, this thing. How cool is that? Just like give it a little power slide. Oh mate, this is brilliant. Hey, right, all the way round. Oh, the G-force. Oh my ribs. Guess what? I've only gone and made it quicker, haven't I? So, if you hadn't seen the last video, go check it out, because I grabbed one of these, and obviously it's the Ninebot Go-Kart. It's not the Pro, so this is the slower one of the two. Not anymore, because we've done some mods. So first of all, I was thinking, let's just go a bit crazy and just start sticking, like, you know, belt drive kind of mounting board systems on the back of it, stick a couple of vest controllers in there and just go absolutely to town. But then I thought, what is this actual powertrain actually capable of? The standard one, which is obviously the Segway Mini Pro, or Mini S, I think they call it. I don't know, there's different names of these, but anyway, this power system is basically a 2 400 watt hub motor system. It's got a pretty advanced motor controller, which, guess what, is actually capable of putting out more top speed, more torque, just generally more power overall. So after a lot of flicking about online, it turns out you can actually upload some custom firmware to this board to give it higher top speed, more torque, all the extra things you would want, and it will still retain all the neat features you get as standard, like the Bluetooth connectivity with the app, all the information readouts. Nothing really changes apart from you get more power, which is exactly what we want. So essentially how it works is you head over to a website, I'll put the link in the description, you download this thing called Ninebot Tool, and what it will do is, first of all, you will extract the serial number of your device and everything else, and then you can email that off to the developer, and then you pay him some money basically, and he will actually send you a firmware, or allow you to actually upload firmware using the same app. You don't have to download, you know, extra files or anything like that. Push a button and it'll upload the firmware to the Segway, and you get more power. Let's go and test it out. Right, okay, it's definitely quicker. Oh, the brakes are good as well. The brakes have increased. Definitely brakes have increased there. Wow, amazing. Right, so I need to, while this battery's still kind of really good, I'm gonna, like fully charged, I'm gonna do a top speed run and see. It definitely feels a bit quicker. I wouldn't say a huge amount like in top end, but acceleration's definitely like kind of got some beats, and that braking is just is next level now. Yeah, that braking is definitely better. It locks up the back wheels now, but not too bad. Like if you're going faster, it doesn't like kind of lock the back wheels up straight away. It kind of fades in the power, which is pretty good. Right, so what I want to do here is I want to do a couple of things. I want to test out like the top speed, so I'm going to use a GPS app on my phone. So let's test that out then, top speed. Oh, that acceleration feels dramatic. Like, it definitely is quick. 17, 18, are we going to do 18? We've got a beeping going on. 18 mile an hour, 18 mile an hour. It's showing top speed down there. Oh, it's not quite. So we've got a beeping going on. It does feel fast though. So not quite 20 mile an hour, but you know, it is definitely quicker than it was, because it was kind of, you know, somewhere around 15 mile an hour before. So the next thing I want to do is I want to see maximum power. I don't know what the standard one actually is, but let's just have a look and see what it is, because in the app, if you go into the, like basically the go-kart side of the app here, and then you go to basic info, this is the official app by the way, and then you go into battery, not that one. If you go into battery, you actually can see your battery voltage 58.6, current being drawn at the moment, basically like 100 milliamp, 110 milliamps, and the wattage and everything else. So I just want to see what it is as we kind of accelerate, to get an idea of kind of max power that we're actually sort of producing with this thing. So I'm going to pull away, full beans. It didn't catch up. No, it did. I think I can see like 1,000. I'll have to have a look on the I'll have a look on the screen after. I'm trying to look where I'm going. This is so cool. Whoa. Honestly, the power delivery is dramatic now. Like it was pretty good before, but I mean this is like really good. So whilst you're not getting a huge amount of sort of top end more, you may be like 3-4 mile an hour, something like that, you know, which is going to put it not quite as quick as a Go-Kart Pro, but you are going to see more acceleration, better acceleration, maybe similar-ish acceleration to a Go-Kart Pro. But the thing is, you can also mod a Go-Kart Pro, which is using obviously the Ninebot S Max Segway. So that's an interesting one. So right, let's give it another go. So you can see here, right, full power. What's it saying on the screen there? Can't see it, but I'm not going to look down. I think it's around 1200 watts or so, something like that. It looks like it, which is pretty interesting. So obviously these motors are 400 watt. Whoa! That's a lot of fun. How cool is that? Right, okay. Oh, you can have some fun on this stuff. It's flipping awesome, this thing. Absolutely awesome. Whoa! This is an absolute blast, this thing. How cool is that? Just like give it a little power slide. Oh mate, this is brilliant. So so it definitely has made a difference, because it, you know, whilst it was doing that kind of before, like you couldn't really chuck it around like that. It's proper, giving you some proper thrills going on. The back end out, the lot, absolutely wicked. Hey, snaking that back out on this surface. Hey. Oh mate, this is the nuts. Hey, right, all the way round. Oh, the G-force. Oh, my ribs. Oh god. Right, okay, so what are we trying to do here? So I want to have a talk about power and how this kind of system works. There you go. So there's the power comes in then. I've got my foot flat to the floor, but it pulses the power back. Now, I think there's a reason for this. This is very clever, this system. The way it works is basically the motors, on this one, the motors are 400 watt hubs, right? So, you know, 400 watts by 400 watts is, you know, two 400 watt motors is 800 watts. Not a huge amount of power. Maybe if you were like super lightweight, you might kind of find that, you know, it'd feel quite quick. But there's a difference here. What this does, by looking at that stat there just quickly, and I'll analyse this a bit closer later, what this basically does, by the looks of things, is it will give you a peak burst, which is like twice the motor's rating. Something like twice the motor's rating. So it's like an 800 watt, nearly an 800 watt, not exactly, because we're seeing about 1400 watts. So it's, you know, it's probably like more like 700 watts. So if these are like, you know, 400 watt motors, that's nearly double the amount of power supplied in peak. So it kind of pulses that peak power to give you a real good feeling of acceleration, like when you're pulling away, and then it'll back off that power. It won't always deliver that flat out, because you're probably going to burn something out. So I'd be interested to know what the system actually does. Like, is it just doing that based on like how long you pin the throttle down, or is it doing it based on motor temperature, battery temperature? That'd be interesting to know, because if it is temperatures, you could do something to counteract that, couldn't you? You could, you know, put ferro fluid in the motors. You could, you know, put bigger heat sinks on the MOSFET of the controller. You know, you could do all sorts of things. The battery itself is going to be, you know, obviously you're going to rinse the battery really quickly, having that amount of power going out, because it's only like a 5 amp hour battery. But if you put a bigger battery on, which you can easily do, you'd easily be able to like parallel another battery to this one of the same sort of capacity, and you know, you could maybe that will keep its top power, you know, going, peaking. I don't know, we'd have to see. But that's an interesting thought. These are really easy to add a parallel battery, because although it has got a BMS, you could just get an external pack, mount it somewhere down here, and then what you could do is just connect it directly to the positive and negative of the battery on the main board. It's quite easy to do, and that would give you obviously double the amount of capacity on watt hours, and you could obviously go for a lot longer, because this does annihilate the battery, especially with me on it, with my fat lump. But how interesting, guys. So we're seeing, you know, slight increase in top speed, which is always good, but there's definitely a lot more low down power. I'd say it probably feels more like, you know, like a Go-Kart Pro, but I mean, the fact that you can do that is nuts. The pull away acceleration is good, is just really good. Like, unless you wanted to just, you know, really make this thing completely savage, you know, that would be enough for a lot of fun. And you're not going to wreck anything, you're not going to blow anything, it's going to do that all day long. So yeah, guys, I think we can safely say that this is an absolute ball with this extra mod on. And especially when you get to a bit of kind of you know, wet ground, and you can do it. That is feeling pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie, that is feeling pretty fast. You know, you're not far off the ground here, remember, so absolutely awesome. Oh look, there's a whole area. Ah! Carve it up. Yeah, guys, so catch you next time when we'll do some, maybe do some more bits to this to actually get it to go even quicker. Look, it could do with a bit more poke going uphill. Oh, we're gonna have to do something, can't we? We're gonna have to do something. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this one. We will catch you next time.